It was an odd house. It was interesting because of where it was positioned on the lot, but there were really almost 3, maybe 4 houses within one. So it was all these different eclectic pieces that had come together over a 20-year lifespan for the house. But what really stood it off was we saw the flashes of brilliance in the contemporary side of it and its position on the lot. So that's what kind of drove us to it. We figured everything else we could, over time, start to change.
When we first got to the project, I saw this pretty strong and interesting dichotomy between the very kind of Mediterranean, and I'd call it sort of postmodern style of the exterior, with the kind of pinkish beige coloring on the stucco and the terracotta, but the style of the massing of the home was very postmodern, kind of 1980s and style. I think when Dave and Lorraine and I first met, Dave had a very detailed list of the things that he wanted to change on the house, and I don't even think you had made an offer on the house at that point.
We were so green at this. It was a little bit of, well, we'd like to do this and we'd like to do that, and it was all, well, how much does that cost?
Yeah.
But it was so vague in terms of what I was after, other than a cool image I had found on the internet or something, or a site that you would tell me, go look at all this stuff. But when we first started, the inside was entirely painted gloss white, high gloss. It looked like a hospital inside. And then start to figure out, how do we take the brilliance of the kitchen, and that becomes sort of the genesis for the rest of the house. So we want the whole rest of the house to sort of match that. So little by little, we were kind of conservative, and then Risa started showing us, well, you could really go from here to here. Oh yeah, that's cool. We'll do that. And then it's like, well, but now like you had us hooked. So now we'll take another step, and it's all of a sudden, we end up with the staircase in the back, it was totally what we wanted, but we didn't know what was possible. So it was a very fast-paced learning experience, and it came to be one of more, our relationship was here's some visuals on what I'm finding and how it could work, and then I would draw over the top of that and say something like this, and she'd draw over the top of what I had, and that's how we communicated. And it came very, very quickly. I don't think we ever had like one argument in like 2 years. It was more, yeah, that'll work, or how about this? And that was really fun. That was really the fun part of the whole thing.
I love working with creative people. It's really the most rewarding projects are with creative types, because you get the collaboration, and I think it's such a wonderful opportunity to work together and push each other, and it sort of takes the design in a direction that maybe I wouldn't come up with on my own with a client that was less involved. And so Dave and I did do lots of sketching, and we communicated a lot, just sending each other PDFs of sketches and ideas, and and that's how I think a lot of the design evolved. It was just kind of a back and forth.
So we're happy with how it came out, and it's fun to show it off, to people that come to visit, because they walk around like, wow, okay, how did this happen exactly? And so that's always a fun stories to tell, because the stories go on forever. But I guess longer term, the idea of doing something somewhat classic and timeless is really what we wanted, and we're already starting to see the payoff to it, that people come by and want to know, like, how did you do this? What was your inspiration for it and the story behind it? So we're really happy with it, and it's just fun to be kind of in a very designerly designed house.